Hi, this is Allie from Allie Katz Crafts. I'm here to show you a video on how to make this card. It's de-embossed on the inside because you're awesome. That's the card we're going to make today. The supplies that you will need to make this card: you'll need the 3D embossing folder of the sunflower. It's called Sunflower 3D Embossing Folder. You will also need the circle stamp set, because you're awesome. Also, I'm going to go back into Paper Pumpkin 2025. You have your little sunflower stamped image. You'll need that. You'll need some little gems for the embellishments. You also need this punch. It's a very old punch. I don't know what it's called, but you'll need that punch. You will need some finger daubers and some brushes to go with it. And you'll need some markers. The markers that you will need for this project is Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, and Crumb Cake. That's the markers you'll need. You'll need your taker pick if you choose to use that to pick up your embellishments, but you don't have to have it. Pair of scissors, and these two inks. You'll need Granny Apple Green and Crushed Curry. First thing you will do, and the paper, you're going to need your paper, sorry about that. You're going to need a card base. Daffodil Delight I used, and it's 5.5 by 8.5, scored and fold in half. Your first layer will be pecan pie, 4 2/8 by 5 3/8. You'll glue it on here just like so. Notice you'll have like an 1/8 of an inch border, and that's all you want. You will also have your card front, where the part that you're going to emboss, and that's going to be 4 by 5.5. And of course you'll have your inside layer, which is white. Oops, a little piece of lint there. Be 3 3/4 by 5 inches. And then you'll have punched out your two things. One with your pecan pie, which is this layer, and white. Okay? First thing we're going to do is we need to emboss this piece. So I'm going to bring my embossing machine in. The piece that you'll need just base plate 1. You'll need your embossing folder. And this is where you could choose. There are different areas on this embossing folder, like the flower or whatever. I chose the flower right here so I could get different little pieces, and you just put that in there. So you're going to put that in there just like that. Then you're going to need your number 4 plate. This is the one for 3D embossing. And you will run it through your die cut machine. Sorry about the shaking. So you'll run it through just like this. And let me move all this out of the way. And when you take out your embossed, you'll have this. So this is the regular embossed side. So normally you'd ink over it and do that. But we're going to use the opposite side this time. See how this looks? See how the background really pops out now? So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to make this background pop out. First thing you will do is you need one more thing. I am so sorry. You'll need pecan pie, because we're going to, it's called raking across the paper, and you're going to lightly do it, because if you do it too hard, it will make it too dark. So I'll just lightly go across. Look at how that comes to life. Pretty cool, huh? See? Now all of a sudden you can see everything. You know exactly where you're going, what you're going to do. I'll go one more time. Okay. So that's all you're going to do for that. Close up your ink. You will then, now you're going to color your images, so you can start with whatever you want. I decided that I would start with a green. I'll go a little bit closer so you can see. And you're going to get your green dauber. Rub it in your green ink. You're going to find your green leaves. And you're just going to put a little bit of ink on there. See, I'm just putting ink. It's okay if you go a little bit over. It's not going to hurt anything. You'll see why. Okay, so he's going to grab all your leaves and do the big parts. Okay? Just like so. Then, your little tiny brush, that's where you can go and do all the details. See how I'm going in here and doing all the little details? Very easy. Just keep rubbing around until you get it all done. And what's nice, you don't have to take your brush. Just go, you start out light. The key is to start light and work your way around. If you go too dark, then it doesn't look good, leaf streaks. So you look around. See, there's your green. You look around and make sure you got all your green. See, there's a leaf right there I almost missed. So I just dip it in my ink and lightly go. This will help you get to the fine details. So now you're done with your green. And you're going to get your yellow dauber and your yellow small brush and get your crushed curry ink out. Now you're going to go around and do those. So you're going to kind of dip it in. You're going to find all your little yellow flowers. And you're going to go over them. You're going to go over the whole thing, even the inside, because you're going to do something really cool. You'll see. So you just lightly go over it. And if you want it deeper, I went around the middle here a little bit deeper. So it kind of stands out. So it looks more 3D-ish, I guess you'd say. Just going to keep following around. Go around to the next flower. Daisies are very pretty, by the way. When I saw this on Stampin' Up, I'm going, I know exactly what I'm going to do. I have to get this folder. Because usually folders, they're not really a standalone thing. Most of them aren't. There's another one, I don't remember what it's called right offhand, that I have not even thought about trying until I got this one. And I realized, wait, I can use this other folder too, the same way. So I'll probably put a video up for that one. It's pretty cool. So I'm just going along and just doing all the Daffodil Delight on my sunflowers. Now, you know, sunflowers, you can put orange in here if you want. You can do any color you want. It's really up to you. It's your card. That's what's really cool, is you make it you. You just go along. Just going to ink it all up really good. Okay, and I get right up against the edges here, right up against the little section. So if you notice, see how this is a little bit darker? I did that on purpose so that stands out, and I go lighter towards the edges. That gives you more of a 3D look. So if you go a little bit darker, see I just went a little bit darker right there, and see how that looks a little bit different? You want to do that. That's what makes it really stand out and looks 3D. Well, the de-embossing makes it look 3D, but this actually adds a little extra. So when you're done with that, now you're going to go in with your little small detail brush. And you'll get all the little spots that you missed. And then you can go back and redo that little area again. So go through and you just get all those little spots that you missed. These brushes I found on Amazon. And they're amazing. My friend Allie from Allie Creations, she was talking about this brush one day. And I'm going, I have to have that brush. So I went and got it. And she was right. It really is an incredible brush. Gets to all those little areas, because these little finger things don't get all the areas that you really want. So going like that. Just keep going around. Getting close to this edge here, like I want to do. And go get those little tips that you didn't quite get with the big dauber. So I just keep going. Okay. Go back, go inside the middle a little bit. So now, you're done with that. You're going to now take your pecan pie once more and lightly rake over the top again. So notice how it's starting to really come to life now? Look at that. It really came to life even more. I love this embossing folder. I think it's the coolest thing. So now I'm going to grab my little small brush for the pecan, and I'm going to go in the middle here. And see how I made that look a little bit darker? Let's go around those edges just a tiny bit to bring that out so it stands out from the yellow. Just a little bit. Doesn't require a lot. See? Just kind of brought it out a little bit so it's a little bit darker. So now you're done with that part. Pretty easy. That's what I saw. When I saw this embossing folder, I thought, wow, I need this embossing folder. So let's put together the card. So we're going to grab our bring it down so you can see it. Our pecan pie. I'm going to put our glue on here. And you have like 1/8 of an inch at the very most. So I usually line up like that, set it down, and then pick it up. And it's lined up. And I press it down really good. Okay, let's take this inside one out real quick. And we'll glue down our things. Now, when you glue down this particular one, you notice how some of it's rised up? That's where you want to probably get your glue. Get around the edges really, really, really good. That's important. Around the edges really good. So in these raised places, put extra glue there, because when you emboss it, some of the sides, some of the things don't really stick down real good, so you want to make sure it's sticking good. So you're going to line this up again. Make sure you have all your edges lined up. Okay, so I have them all lined up, and I'm going to press it down. So let's pull back a little. Okay, so there's that. Press it down really good. Don't press too hard because you don't want to mess up your embossing. But there's the front of the card so far. The next step we will do is we need to get our sentiment. Well, we're going to first get this. So there's our extra piece. So this came out of March 2025, and it was bubble beads and stuff, but I also have this cute little sunflower thing here. So I have my StazOn ink. Make sure it's nice and stamped up. And I've already done the rub-a-dub and all that stuff, so it's all good. So then I'll stamp. I want to put it right here. And then I want to do it again. And stamp that right there. Okay. So that's our stamping. Well, wait, we have one more stamp, but we don't need this ink. Never mind. So now we're going to stamp our sentiments since we're doing our stamping. And we're going to do the one that says, "Because you're awesome." We're going to get our pecan pie, and that's what we're going to stamp on here. Hold it down so it sinks into it. Perfect. Looks really good. Very happy with it. Get my baby wipes out and clean off my stamps. This one. This because I tend to set things down and I don't want them to have ink on the back of my cards. I have done that way too many times now. And I have the measurements of everything right here, so if you want to take a picture, it's up to you. But that's where they are so that you don't have to think about it, the measurements. So now I have my 3 markers. And I will begin coloring them. It's a smaller surface, so using these markers works out really well. So I think I'll just start with my green. I like the brush in, and I'll go very slowly and I'll start coloring in the leaves. Granny apple green, sorry, I forgot to tell you the name. And I have to thank Lori for sending these markers to me. They're amazing, I love them. This is the card that I'm going to do with my seniors on Tuesday for their class. So they're going to love it. I know they're going to love it. They're going to do their own embossing, and then they're going to do the inking and then they're going to color their images and stamping. They do everything. I just cut out the paper and have the kits ready. Kind of like how you've seen me do this. That's all ready for them. They get to do the rest. So when I first started doing cards with them, I didn't have them do that because they didn't know about it. Now that they know how to do it, because I've been doing it for almost a year now with the seniors. So I'm going to get my yellow out now, or my Daffodil Delight, and I'm going to color the sunflower. And I'm going to go over the middle, and you'll see why. So it doesn't take very long. These markers are really good. I love the brush in. It just flows right over, just like it floods it with color. It's pretty cool. And it's just so smooth. You know, I go in the store and I try and get the other ones. They're just not nearly as nice. These ones are well worth getting them. Trust me. And thank you so much, Lori, for getting these for me. I have a baggie full of other ones and these that I'm going to take to the senior center and they can pick what they want. So it's really up to them. Okay, so I got that one done. So I'll color this one. I forgot to do the ink. I should have done the green leaves. It looks really, I like these markers a lot. It's fun to color. I enjoy coloring. I also enjoy fussy cutting. A lot of people don't like that, but I think it's pretty fun. So now, once you have that done, what you want to do is you're going to take and put little dots, okay, on the centers. Okay, and that's what's really cool about this. Did you know how they have little black seeds in them? So take a look. See how that looks? See, this one's done. It's really cute. Very fun, simple, and easy. That's what I like. I always have to find the good end on here. These markers are incredible. So I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, but actually I'm more of a hobbyist than anything. And I love to serve the community with what I have. And Lori has been helping me out, which has been wonderful. But if you are interested in purchasing any of these items, go to stampinup.com and put me as your demonstrator, and you can order some products. I'd really appreciate the help. It's just, and these are fun. I mean, all the stamps are fun. Everything's really good. You know, I just really like it a lot. So there we go. We're done coloring. So we're going to open up the inside of our card. And you're going to glue in your piece. Center it the best you can. And put it in there. So the middle, the inside's done. So then you're going to grab, there it is. You're going to grab this piece, and this is where your scissors come in. You're going to cut that in half. And see, I cut these exactly the same, these two pieces. And I wanted to make it long like I did here. So what I did was I cut it in half, and then I put a little bit of glue right here. A little bit of glue here, because I'm going to make it big now. That's the cool thing. Let me close up my glue so it doesn't dry out. You're going to grab your little pieces. You're going to stick it just like that. Okay? And put this one like this. So now you've extended it a little bit longer. I always check the back to make sure it looks good. Okay? So then you're going to get your dimensionals, which are right here. You're going to put one at this end and one at that end. And I did twine. So you're going to get your twine. I get these in paper pumpkin kits and I save them because I don't use them all in the paper cut. You're going to wrap it around a couple times, about like that. Grab it in the middle. Clip it. And then what I do is, let me get my little tape. I have some score tape or tear tape. And I put it in the middle there and put it right across there like that. Let's scoot this back. Then I pull off the backing. Because I'm going to put a dot right there, since I get this backing off. You know, my taker picker would be good for this, but did I get it out? Yes, I did. Hold on. Change it around. Taker pick is worth it. I just don't think you get it every time. So you're going to grab this and peel it up. Now I'm going to get another dimensional and put it right there. Okay? Okay, so now pull off the backs. And then you're going to put this on your card. And that'll be the front of the card. So I did this like this kind of off to the side, so it kind of gives a little bit of extra something on the front. This whole card basically does its own thing with just the embossing folder, and that's the card. But this makes it look a little bit nicer. Last but not least, let's get all this out of the way. You will get your embellishments. And you're going to pick them up and put them where you want them. I want one right there. And one about right there. Always good to do threes. At least that's what I was told. And it seems like that is the best way. Sometimes I do a few more. So here you go. There's my embellishments. One right there, there, and there. And if you want, another thing what I did was I grabbed my little yellow brush out again. Where'd it go? Oh, here it is. And I took and I went like this to bring a little bit of color on the edges, which it's not really much is coming out because I used it all up. That way it brings in the color in there. See how I add just a little bit of color right there? And that is our card for today. Inside and out. And I did not bring an envelope over here If you're to do our envelope, you will stamp this on the outside, and that will be really cute. I'm not sure where my envelopes are right this second. They're across the room. Let me grab one really quick for you, okay? It's not that far across the room. It's just right over here. So you're going to grab your ink, and this is what I would do. And I'm going to do it, actually, not just what I would do. So I would put one on the back. And then just put one kind of like right there. And I'll bring my little baby wipe in to get rid of that little mess so it doesn't get everywhere. And, well, don't have, your shirt works wonderful for stuff. Trust me, it really does work. So then you're bringing your markers and you will color this. Now, if you want, you don't have to. You could just leave it black and white, because this particular marker doesn't bleed through like the other markers that Stampin' Up! Has. The blender pens, they will bleed through. So this one should not. I haven't had that experience yet, but I haven't really done much on the envelope with this marker. Usually I try and do color pencils because I like that particular look for sending stuff out on. So we have a little bit of greenery right here. Okay. I'll bring in this. I'll just do it a light brown. See? And then you will do the same thing, color that side. I'm not going to do it right now because the video is getting long. I don't want to keep going with it. So here's your envelope and your card and the inside. So beautiful card, beautiful embossing folder. Highly recommend you getting this. Quick, fast, easy cards. You saw it didn't take very long. So thank you for looking at my video, and hopefully you'll go to Stampin' Up! And see what we have there. Have a great evening. Bye.